Okay, now I'm going to show you in the graph form. So when you eat sugar, your blood sugar is going to go up in your bloodstream, and your pancreas is going to produce insulin to take those sugar out of your bloodstream, right? So what will happen is the bloodstream of the blood sugar in the bloodstream is going to decrease tremendously. If this is in the normal range right here, then right here, usually your adrenal gland, which is a gland that sits on top of the kidney, adrenal gland, plus your liver, and these two will produce something called a cortisol. And they're going to burn fat into sugar for you so that can increase higher up. But what would happen is a lot of times you don't have these function even quick enough. You're like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, or I'm tired, let me have some sugar again, or caffeine. So this will spike up again, pancreas will produce insulin again and drop tremendously again. And these two will work harder for you again, produce cortisol and burn fat into sugar and come up. And what if you don't? If you don't, then this will go lower than the level it is. Okay? This right here, it's just like your car. If it doesn't have enough gas, what will happen to your car? It's kind of shaky, not functioning as optimal. And that's exactly what happened here. This phase right here, we call it hypo, mean low, glycemic, mean blood sugar. Low blood sugar, glycemic. Then in this phase, people get shaky, they get irritable, they get extremely tired, and the first thing they will do is, oh, I need like a can of pop or something to get that sugar back up. So eventually what would happen is, you keep doing that, up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down. You crash your pancreas, you kill your adrenal gland, and you kill your liver. Okay? So now you're wondering why you're getting all the fat around your waist and you can't lose it. Because you just killed all your organs based on how you eat. And so this is exactly the secret how America is killing themselves quickly. Despite all the money we spend on medical care, and we are still the leading country that died of all the bad diseases. And so this is the secret under hypoglycemic and diabetic, and the major reason why you're craving for sugar. So how to reverse that? You need to eat well. But how do you eat well? You want to eat on your plate. If you're a woman, you want to do 30 to 40% of protein. And you want to do about 60 to 70% of complex carb. Complex carbohydrate mean anything that has fiber in there. That makes the sugar a little bit harder to get absorbed all at once, just like roadblocks. So if you have 10 people, you're trying to get them out of the room, it's faster if there's nothing in between. But fiber is like a roadblocks, so it's harder for you to get those 10 people in the room if they have chairs and tables and all that stuff in the room, right? So basically what you're trying to do is, on your plate you do 30 to 40% of the protein, and then 60 to 7% of the complex carb. Complex carbs include vegetables, fruit, and whole grain product. Very good whole grain product though, not just a jewel type of whole grain bread where you go and everything just smash into like this little thin piece out of the whole loaf of bread. If you go to Europe, the whole grain bread is actually hard like a brick that you can kill somebody with it. And so that's when you can call it a real whole grain bread. You still can get them really good ones in like Whole Food or Trader Joe's, etc. So make sure you do that. And I leave that little space here that you can have 10% of simple carbs if you really, really want to, like rice or noodles or even dessert. So ideal scene is that if you go out to eat dinner, you really feel like, oh my god, that dessert looks so good, I totally want to have it, then make sure you eat your protein first and then your vegetable first, and then you can eat that 10%. But 10% doesn't mean like this gigantic cake that you can get from Cheesecake Factory or something. That thing is insane. Just do your basic math. It does not go that big. So maybe you can order one for 10 people to share or something, but the little piece, you have a bite or two, and that's all you're gonna get. Because why? Otherwise you're gonna go up and down like this. and then you're gonna kill your pancreas, you're gonna kill your adrenal gland, and you're gonna kill your liver. And not to mention what they do is the next videos that you're gonna be watching. Then you'd be like, oh my God, is it really worth it to kill my body that way? Then you have to think about it. If you don't do it so often, once in a while, big deal. Just like you put money in your bank, you try to make some reserve. The faster you spend it, you're gonna be broke. Now make some reserve in there. When you want to spend, you can spend, but you won't be broke either, right? So that's the basic concept. Just basically from your diet, you can actually help your body to stay much healthier. And then not to mention, when you're up here, sugar, a lot of them in the bloodstream, actually cause lots of inflammation in your body as well. They're like the fuel for inflammation. So inflammation means body soreness, body aches and pain, tendinitis, and then later on more things are being burned. So like bigger organs, like your heart, your clogging of the arteries, etc. So it's definitely not worth it to keep it up there. So by eating like this, then you create this kind of up and down, a lot more stable, more sane for your body instead of roller coaster type. And for men, I usually do 50-50. So 50% protein, 50% complex carb. You can have that 10% however you want to calculate it. Okay?